Hello everybody, this is technician at Parts Guru. We have been displaying videos on various Jura and Seiko machines. We have received a lot of interest and requests for displaying the video on how to open and close ENA Micro 9 One Touch. It seems that there are many customers who have this and would like to do it yourself repairs, but they don't have the idea on how to open this model. There is a little trick in opening the side panels, and we will demonstrate the entire process of how to undress this machine. First of all, remove the drip trays from the front. The entire assembly comes off, and then you have to go back to unlock the logo, because there is a oval head screw under the logo. And I will remove the cover for the bean container, then remove the water tank so they are out of our way. And then you have two screws here, one on each on the sides. It's a 15 torque screw, size 15. So I have already loosened them, so I'll remove these two. Once we have removed these two, the Jura logo has to be twisted out, and the twisting is counterclockwise. You use your two fingers and press and turn, and it comes off. It's not a very difficult thing. Many customers I see that they try to use a screwdriver or something, and that damages the edges. It's not as complicated. Just press and twist, unlock, and that comes off. Here you have one oval head screw, for which we have an oval head key, and you lock this in the hex head and unscrew that. Once this has been removed, the oval head screw, then you have a little catch here. These horizontal strips, they lift up. Now once you lift it up, these two side panels can be separated, as you see. But they will not allow you to remove the entire panels, because there are some tricky hinges that you need to unlock before you can separate these. Those two tricky hooks, they are locks, tab locks, that you need to find the place. In order to find the top lock here, you have to remove the switch panel. The switch panel, meaning the on-off button, is going through this top piece. The top piece has to be removed with a fine screwdriver. You insert the screwdriver in between and pop it out. You do this from one side and then go to the other side. Insert the two sides with the narrow, small screwdriver. And once this has loosened, you can press this to the back, lift it, and it comes off, because the rear end of the strip is locked in under the back strip here. So this is removed. Once you remove this, you have actually access to a lock tab here. If you see this little square hole, that is where you have to find that hook. We will show that separately. Once we remove the side panels, we will point out to the exact lock tab that you have to lift so that it frees the panel to be slided back. Now this is the one on the top. The distance from the front to the top, if you want to locate exact position, on the top it is 7.5 centimeters. which is about 2.5 inches or 2.25 inches. So basically that's where you have to locate it. This is the distance we measured, and that one is 7.3 or 7.5 millimeters. So you can just have a rough idea about where it is located. Now the bottom one is a similar hole here, a square shape. You can look at that in the bottom. From here you measured 6.8 millimeter distance, and that is where you will spot the square little access. I would call it access because that is the only place where you can access the hook here under the panel. It is a part of the inside of the panel. So once you access that, locate that piece, you need to use something to lift it up to unhook. So we are right now using, it's not the best tool, but for now I will use this to insert the screwdriver under the panel, trying to lift it and leave the panel, the screwdriver there, or whatever the strip you are using. It could be a metal strip or it could be a foot scale so that you can insert it, but you have to first lift it a little to insert whatever it is, and it should be about 1/4 inch lift so that the hook under the panel will come off the hole in which it is locking the panels to be not sliding back. So we have now removed lifted the panel on the bottom. I will leave this as it is and go to the top end and lift the panel to unlock the top hook. And once I have lifted that, I can pull the panel towards the back. And you see that the panel from the front, bottom, and the top, it has unhooked. So it is not a rocket science, but if you didn't know where these hooks are holding the panel firm, and no matter what you do, anything other than this, these panels will not come off. And just little care would help, because you cannot just be rough in lifting these tabs to unlock. Now, since this panel has come off, I will show you the rear side or inside of the panel. This is the hook that goes in the hole here, and these slotted spaces, they are for this hook. Once the stopper hook is unhooked, this one, once this is unhooked, then these two stoppers, they will automatically come off, because here there is a lot of play, and when you move it back, these hooks will, in the larger height area here, they will come off from there. So that's all about it, and it just bears the entire side, so you can work on it however you want to repair and fix the things or replace the parts. The other side is also the same. I will remove that and show you the other side, how it looks when it is removed. This is the side where you have brew group inside. So most of the common problems, the leader of the gang is the brew group, which will cause you error codes like error 8, and for that you need to remove that and clean it. I have loosened the side panel on the other side, and I can just slide it out. Same structure, you have two main hooks that are locking it, but this small lock tab, that has to be lifted so that these two hooks can come off, and you slide the panel to the back side of the machine. So the same structure is on the top. The two locking tabs are there, and this is the hook that actually is not allowing the panel to move backwards. So we have removed this, and now you can see that this side has the brew group, the flow meter, and the funnel for coffee grounds to go into the brew group. This is a good feature. It was not there in other models. What happens is when you use pre-ground coffee, it will not spill outside of the opening of the cup where the coffee grounds have to go, and they will be tamped. So that's an additional feature, and that's good. So basically this is brew group outlet here on the top. This tube comes out and it's dispensing the coffee on the front faucet here. Now this is the right side of the machine with the panel removed, and I will describe to you the parts as they are. The most important one is the terminal where the cable comes into the machine and the wires are distributed. Next to the terminal you have a water pump. This water pump is supported by an individual support bracket of its own, and on the front of this you have the famous membrane regulator, which is one of the causes of frequent leakage. That's because the membrane becomes stiff and it does not regulate the pressure of water, so there will be a lot of causes of error, leakage, and machine will tell you refill the tank or any other similar message, because the pressure of water coming out of the pump will not be regulated properly as needed. And this piece here is encased in a white plastic casing, which is all electronic parts. The electronic parts, these are the controlling power board, control power board that will operate all the functions, power the machine,